Welcome back to Open Line tonight. It has been a lively hour of conversation.
Really
Thank
has.
you for calling in. I have Chris Sanders here with me from the Tennessee Equality Project, talking about the bathroom bill that is now moving through the House. Hasn't made much movement in the Senate so far, but keeping an eye on it nonetheless.
That's right.
And I said before the break, I want to know, with all this back and forth and the Obama administration set precedents, the Trump administration reversed it, what's happening in schools right now? What's the prevailing rule?
I think you're starting to see a lot of changes around the way LGBTQ students are treated generally in the state. You have even very conservative counties like Wilson County that has sexual orientation and gender identity in its anti-bullying policy. A policy that Metro Nashville has had since 2008. We have fought off an effort in Knox County this year to try to remove sexual orientation and gender from the non-discrimination policy there. Fortunately, they were not able to remove those factors. And we have lots of bullying around the state. And some of it is based on gender identity and expression. But kids are bullying kids for all kinds of reasons, but that is one category that's very important.
Let me ask you this, since you deal with folks in the trans community every day, for students, if given the opportunity to just use a neutral bathroom, a family, you know, like one of these family bathrooms we see, I often have to take my boys in to the bathroom with them, but would they prefer to do that if it's not mandated they have to? Does that make them generally feel better or not? Well,
I think what makes everybody feel better is to have options. If you want to keep men's and women's restrooms, fine, but add a gender neutral or a family style bathroom that's single occupancy, or more of those. And I think in a lot of buildings, new building construction, you're seeing a lot more gender neutral bathrooms, family style bathrooms. In the refurbishment of Cordell Hall, where the legislature has its offices, there are family-style bathrooms, gender-neutral bathrooms all over the place, which is great. And I think that's probably the direction we're going to move in increasingly.
Gotcha. Let's jump back to the phone lines. I'm monitoring Facebook as well. Let's jump to David. I think has been waiting a while. Hi, David.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Okay. So this is Obama versus Trump, right?
Well, kind of. It's just two different policies they both set forth.
Okay. Okay, so Trump, Obama has confused so many people, and Trump he's brought the light on a lot of issues that we have in this land. Let's talk about sexual identity, and let's talk about sexual identity versus, or I should say, it's going to relate to.
David. We're running short on time.
Are you talking sexual orientation or gender identity? Which term do you want to talk about?
Sexual identity. So
no, I'm sorry. It's sexual orientation or gender identity. Which of the two would you like to talk about?
Sexual orientation.
Okay.
Go for it.
Young man is, let's say, in high school, whatever. And if he is confused to what he is, he's going to run the risk of other people picking on him. And vice versa for a young lady. So they're going to view them as unnatural. So they're going to run the risk of suicide.
If the adults in their life are reinforcing that message, yes, that increases the likelihood of that kind of bullying taking place. That's why the leadership in schools and in our legislature is so important, for adults to send an accepting message.
Well, it's not the adults, it's the general population that will deem that person as different, and they're going to feel awkward, and you're going to have that person face issues, and now you've got suicide is going to go crazy. I mean, the risk for suicide for homosexuals is so much higher than heterosexuals.
It is, because of the lack of acceptance and some of the remarks of people who are in charge of the public policy of our state. Absolutely. So that's why, again, leadership matters. And that's why it is incumbent upon leaders to send accepting messages. I can tell you that when Carl Dean was mayor here, he was the first mayor in the city who really embraced our community. And it made a huge difference and opened the doors for people to see the LGBT community very differently. That was an important step leadership definitely matters in our state.
David, I'm running short on time, so I'm going to get through another call here. Let's go to Christine. Christine, thank you for hanging on board with us.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Idaho just passed a law where a transgender can go ahead and have the birth certificate of their birth changed to their transgender identity. Tennessee has not.
Right.
Where is Tennessee going with this? And there's been a few comments about the birth certificate not needing to be shown or whatever the birth certificate says. Well, if that's getting changed with a lot of states, where are we going in Tennessee with that?
That's very interesting. I hadn't even thought about that, Christine.
What needs to happen, and it hasn't happened, but what needs to happen is there needs to be a federal court challenge based on the 14th Amendment that our law is unconstitutional. I mean, since we're the only state with a statute, there are other states with policies, but we're the only one with a statute, we're ripe for a constitutional challenge, and I would absolutely support that, and I hope it happens.
Has it happened in other states, I take it?
Yes, there have been challenges in other states. I believe, can't remember whether it was Idaho or not, that where there was the court case that it's mandated that trans people be able to make a gender marker change on their birth certificate.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take another quick break. We will wrap it up when we come back. Thanks for being with us.